thanks to our driver, Titus. Everybody say hi, Titus. He's the best. He's going to make sure we get around safe and sound today. And I do have one more important person to introduce, our co-host for the tour. He's a real famous guy. You probably already know him. See if you can guess who it is. He's from SNL. He's from The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon. His name rhymes with Schmimmy Schmallon. Can you guess it? Yeah, it's Jimmy. It's Jimmy. Hey, Jimmy.
Oh, hey there. You made it. Welcome to the Universal Studio Tour.
Finishing that hilarious show. Now, Soundstage 21, it's one of the oldest sound stages we have here, so it's been around for a while, and it's housed some classic sets as well, like Apollo 13's Ground Control. Houston, we have a problem. And a personal classic, How the Grinch Stole Christmas was filmed. There was the Top of Mount Crumpet for that film. The reason for the season here at Universal Studios, we love Grinchmas. But look up on your screens, folks. This is how the sound stages start. They start empty. It's up to the production that runs the space to fill it out with whatever environment they need for their movie or their TV show. And we can build all of those environments, or as we call them, sets, here on the lot as well. We have a huge set building facility where production design teams can create absolutely anything they can dream up. Off to the right is a cluster of sound stages we typically call sitcom alley. It's where we made a lot of sitcoms throughout the years. Different Strokes, Who's the Boss, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, just to name a few. More recently, we've been making Never Have I Ever, Mindy Kaling's new sitcom. And off to the right in Soundstage 44, we've been making season 2 of Mr. Mayor, starring Ted Dance and Holly Hunter, Bobby Moynihan. Ted's very comfortable, in Soundstage 44. He was just there finishing up the 4th and final season of The Good Place, starring Kristen Bell as well. Episode of American Ninja Warrior. Yes, it does. It does. They tell the audience at home that they're in downtown LA, but they're liars. They're here in our fake city at Universal Studios. Now, most recently, Rutherford Falls has been out here filming in our Metro sets, and they've left their sets decorated this holiday break. So you're going to get to see a real set right now. I want you to direct your eyes off to the right-hand side and look down to the right-hand side. You'll see all of this red, white, and blue, all this signage, a big gazebo, a street sign. All that stuff has been added for Rutherford Falls because that used to be Hill Valley from Back to the Future, both 1 and 2. They can't have people recognizing it as Hill Valley, so they've dressed it up entirely different. Now it's Rutherford Falls. So you can check out that show on Peacock if you'd like to see how those sets ended up looking on screen. You can watch a few of the first episodes for free, I believe. But right now, folks, look around. We're in the center of Manhattan, New York, New York, and nobody knows New York City better than my man, Jimmy Fallon. Yo, Jimmy!
Hey everyone, welcome to New York. I got my start right here in New York on Saturday Night Live. This is actually my old neighborhood. Once got mugged over there. An old woman, tough lady. This is my favorite hot dog guy. Hey buddy, how's it going? Remember me? No. Just like old times. Gotta love New York City. Hey, I'm walking here. Hey, it's cool. guys. I was just, just walking there. So it's not exactly New York, but a lot of times when you see New York in the movies, it was shot right here on the Universal Metro sets. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. Even if you make it here at the Universal lot.
He's right. And they love to come here and make it on this very street, in fact. And hold on tight to your loved ones. By your loved ones, I mean your cell phones, obviously. Because adventure awaits us in Skull Island. How about those 3 glasses? You're going to need those in just a moment. Welcome to Skull Island. He performs all of the real movements of the character. Then in the computer, they create King Kong as like an animated form. They place that over the top of Andy's real movements, and presto, we get a very realistic moving ape. That's how they do Andy's other famous characters as well. He also plays Caesar from Planet of the Apes, and Gollum from Lord of the Rings, my favorite. Or, I guess I should say, my precious. So good. It's my best Gollum, folks. It's the best I got for you. But you know, right now we don't have time to get all helms deep into my love for Lord of the Rings. No, no, no. Because this perilous path does not take us to the mines of Moria. No, it takes us to the Universal Picture Car lineup. Get out your cameras, because we're hitting the road, Jack. A picture car is any vehicle seen in TV or film. As soon as a car is up on screen, it becomes a picture car. In fact, it doesn't have to be a car. Any vehicle qualifies as a picture car. So that means boats, planes, flying cars, they all count too. And you know what? We have some flying cars here on the lineup. They're from Back to the Future too. These futuristic cars are supposed to be from the distant future year of 2015. Ooh, the future, so mysterious. Do we have cars from the past? Why, yes, we yabba dabba do. The Flintstones vehicles. But these aren't even our most unusual cars, no. Because we actually have the gyrosphere here on the lineup. Do you guys know the gyrosphere from Jurassic World? You might remember it having more glass than it has right now. It's over here on the left. Yeah, the glass was actually all CGI. It was fake. They don't like filming with glass. You see reflections in it. So you might see a camera or a crew member in the glass. That would ruin everything, right? Oh, look here. We got this big Bradley tank. Be careful, though. That's one heavy piece of machinery, all right? It's made out of super high-tech plywood. Yeah, it's just wood. It's just painted to look like metal. We have incredible artists here on the lot. They can take any surface, paint it up to look like any other surface. And we use wood all the time because A, it's cheaper, B, it's lighter, and C, we don't feel bad about blowing it up. And boy, that we love to blow stuff up. I told you once, I'll tell you again. We love it. Oh, speaking of which, right now I thought I'd take you to a little island off the coast of Costa Rica where the biggest thing we ever blew up was Jeff Goldblum's career, and we're very proud of that.
Welcome to Jurassic.
That's right. Thank you, Dr. Hammond. The set pieces and props in this area are from the original Jurassic Park films, including a few pictured cars. Off to the right-hand side, we got a pictured boat. And off to the left, you're going to see one of the most infamous vehicles in the franchise, the mobile lab from the Lost World. Look at the corners of the windows on the lab as we pass. You can see where the wood is chipping away because you betcha that's also mostly plywood. I'm telling you, we make everything out of wood here, including our dinosaur cages, which that isn't a good idea because the dinos can pretty easily chew through wood and then they escape and then they attack. Oh no! Oh man, who could have predicted this? I'm so sorry, folks. Dinosaurs are on the loose and they are not happy. These dinosaurs don't like to be seen before hair and makeup. They're very vain. Technically, they're divosaurs. Oh, don't hire a divosaur. Very difficult to work with. Okay, just a warning. What's on your screen, folks? You're going to see the mobile lab in action. This is the scene from the Lost World that necessitated the vehicle being made out of wood and had to be light enough for them to do this epic stunt. They had to dangle it precariously from a rainforest cliff. Ooh, it'd be a lot cooler if that was a real cliff, but that's just a parking garage covered in some dirt. Looks good though, huh? They filmed the scene at night and a bunch of rain to make things even more terrifying. That always works. That's why every time a T-Rex attacks in these movies, it's a total downpour. It never fails. But here in LA, we don't get a lot of total downpours or really any rain at all ever. So if we want it, we gotta make it. Easy now? All right, let's create a storm right here in Old Mexico. We'll kick it off with some thunder sound effects and a strobe light making some lightning. Now we need to cue the most important element. So, guys, let's cue the rain. Okay, here we go, and action. Movie magic. This is how we make rain for the movies. We're using a very complicated, very intricate system. It's called a sprinkler. Maybe you've heard of it. Shoots the water straight up, that way it falls back down as naturally as possible. Now, if we wanted to film this water, we would want some better lighting. Because if you don't light rain just right, it'll make it kind of blurry, the picture. So you actually want to light rain from behind the water from multiple angles. Light your actors from the front of the water. That's how you typically get your cleanest picture. All right, we're getting too much, guys. Cut the rain. Yeah, cut it before we cause a flow. No, too late. We got our flash flood, everybody. Take cover. On your screens, folks, this is Big Fat Liar, starring Paul Giamatti. I love Paul, but I gotta say, the guy might be a fantastic actor, but he does not know how to handle a flood. Close your mouth, Paul. Oh. You know who did better? Lady Gaga. She stood in that same flood in 6-inch heels for her music video for Judas. Yes, brave woman. Look around though, we've pulled into the drier part of Old Mexico, which you might remember from Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse the Black Pearl, Nacho Libre with Jack Black, a few episodes of Criminal Minds Beyond Borders. But no time for that because we gotta cross the border back into the States now, y'all. Howdy, we're in 6 Points, Texas. These are our Western sets right here. These are actually the oldest sets in our entire lot. We built these puppies way back in the early 1900s when we first opened our movie studio. Because when we first opened, we were making mostly silent westerns. We made over 200 silent westerns in our first year of filmmaking on the lot. We had a larger 6 Points area at the time. We had 6 different streets, each had its own bank, saloon, and jail, so you could make one movie on just one street, meaning we could make about 6 movies out here at the same time in the same location. Why? They were silent. Big distinction. Now we have sound, we gotta put our productions into sound stages, keep people far away from them, but back then, there was no sound to protect, so they invited audience members back to watch those original westerns being filmed in real time. They could cheer on the good guys, boo the bad guys all out loud. It would never show up in the final product. Oh, that would have been fun. Not how they were able to do things when they came out here a few years ago to film Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Quentin Tarantino's latest with Brad Pitt and Leo DiCaprio, filmed right here in 6 Points, Texas. Folks, we're halfway through our tour, which means I need to remind you the studio is private property. If you drop your phone or just can't wait to use the restroom, pull the cord, but do remain seated. Now look out to the left and admire this cute little lake. This is Park Lake. It's adorable. It's got a couple of fountains, a whole family of ducks. But, you know, it wasn't always quite so sweet. It used to be a black lagoon from Creature from the Black Lagoon, one of our many monster movies. I don't know if you know much about Universal history, but we're kind of famous for monsters. Not to brag or anything, but we did make all those original classics. Frankenstein, Dracula, Wolfman, Invisible Man, Bride of Frankenstein. These were our movies back in the 30s and 40s when movie studios were kind of struggling through the Great Depression. It was a tough time, but we were able to stay afloat because of the popularity and the affordability of our monster films. Where did we make all of these movies, these classics? Well, right here in this little village off to the right-hand side, it's called Little Europe. And at one point it was full of angry villagers and torches and pitchforks, but not anymore. I have to warn you, if you're a scary movie fan, Little Europe isn't much of a scary place anymore. Because nowadays it's more of a good place, from the good place. Welcome to the good place, y'all. You made it.
You are the Shasta. Are dead. This location, the afterlife. I've never ever seen this. You're at that good place.
I'm not supposed to be here. I can't risk going to the bad place.
Maybe it's not all that bad.
How can I help you?
What is the bad place like?
Doesn't sound awesome.
The good place. So Little Europe is great at being either good places or bad places, all depending on how you decorate it, how you paint the buildings. Right now it's colorful, fantastical, similar to how it was as Cinderella's Kingdom and Rogers and Hammerstein's Cinderella, starring Brandy, my favorite Cinderella. Also, it looks similar as Genovia in Princess Diaries 2, A Royal Engagement, a millennial classic. Off to the right, you'll see the little Court of Miracles here. It's named after a real place in France where one of our movies was set. In 1923, we made Hunchback of Notre Dame with Lon Chaney right here, set in France. So that's how that little area got its name. Now, Little Europe got its name because it's great at playing European countries, as you might have guessed. Yes, it's been all of them at one point or another. It's been France in the Muppets movie with Amy Adams in 2015. It's been Germany in our very first Oscar-winning picture, All Quiet on the Western Front, made back in 1930. Yep. And it's been Italy for Angels and Demons. Remember when they blew up the Vatican and Angels and Demons happened right here at Universal? Also Spain in City Slickers with Billy Crystal for the running of the bulls. Spain again just a few years ago for that Geico commercial, the running of the bulldogs. Yes. Straight ahead, folks, we've got a surprise for you. This is a real soundstage we're pulling into, so stay seated, hold on to your things. There's been an action movie in here, but they're out for the holidays, so we just need to respect their set, okay, and stay seated, hold on to your things. Now, I can't tell you much about this movie. It's a big movie. They don't want me spoiling any secrets, so all I can tell you is it takes place in this subway station in San Francisco, and they didn't tell me that or anything. I just looked to the right. There's a sign that says, "Welcome to San Francisco," so, I mean, it's pretty sure that it's in San Francisco, but, oh. It seems like they're maybe experiencing an earthquake. Oh, yep. Stay seated, everyone. Stay calm. These things take quickly, okay? There's no need to panic. There's no need to panic. Oh, no. No. Just everybody panic. I said, everybody panic. Who knows how long they're going to be strapped down here, folks. I think it's safe to say we should start rationing our food sources. So if anyone's got a snack, or maybe a churro specifically, go ahead and pass that all the way up here to me, I guess. I'll take care of all that. All your snacks to me. Oh, really? Nobody has a churro? Yeah, right. Give it up. Oh. Oh, no, look out! Okay, well, at least things can't get any worse. Am I right? No, I'm wrong. This movie's gonna be awesome. Everything went perfectly. The action was on time. The soundtrack was incredible, if I do say so myself. Very moving. And I'll fight anyone who says otherwise. Yeah. Looking at you. And you guys were fantastic actors. Those panics, so natural. Ah, very good. You all win Oscars. Guys, that was Earthquake. It was built after a movie Earthquake in 1974. And I lied. It's not a hot set, but it has been a hot set in the past. This is an episode of Bones starring David Boreanaz, who I hear is a real angel. And it features some of the exact same effects you just witnessed right before your very eyes. How about this? You recognize it? Woo, we've been through a lot today, folks. A flood, an earthquake, a couple of dinosaur attacks. We could all use a vacation. Let's go to the beach. Welcome to Amity Island, the beach at Universal. This is where I like to go to just forget all of my worries. Well, except for one worry, I guess, and that's man-eating sharks, because we do have a bit of a problem with that out here. But we caught a shark this morning, so I think the waters are clear. Oh no, is that what I think it is? Yes, yes, the scuba diver. Whoa! We never see divers out here. I wonder what he's doing. And what is that? Oh, not again. Okay, that guy had a lot of guts being out there in the water today, folks. A lot of guts. Ooh, there's all of his guts. He didn't have a lot, didn't he? Okay, stay seated. Don't be scared. Titus is going to take us somewhere safe to hide, right, Titus? Yes, good call, Titus. Right behind these cans of gasoline. That's perfect. We'll be safe here, folks. Nothing bad can happen to us now, and I'm willing to put money on that. Whoa, okay. Well, that's wild and gamble, so maybe we should just get out of here, Titus, and maybe we should cancel that trip to Vegas. I don't know if I'm feeling it anymore. I've lost my confidence. Oh, no! Glad you guys are all safe. Let's get out of here. That's our mechanical shark, Bruce, right there. He's modeled and nicknamed after the original shark from Jaws, but it's not the original, and that's a good thing. Because I don't know about you, but I've heard through the grapevine that that original shark was not really a team player. Check this out.
That's a much more line shark. The shark was frustrated. It didn't really work all the time. It didn't work hardly at all.
Wherever you were on the island, you could hear the radio voice. They were always saying, the shark is not working. Repeat, the shark is not working.
We just waited around. We just waited and waited and waited. The shark worked well enough for a while there, and then things caught. So I really owe the shark a lot.
I think he owes more to his editor. Her name was Verna Fields, and she was handed all this footage of the shark just not looking very scary at all. And she thought, maybe it's scarier what we don't see of the shark. So she asked if they could do a reshoot where they shot from the perspective of the shark, as if the camera was the shark. Made it look like something was following the cast members in the water, but you couldn't see exactly what, which made the whole thing more suspenseful. It turned out to be a huge hit. They say so many people lined up outside the movie theater to see Jaws that it quite literally busted the block, hence the name Blockbuster. Steven Spielberg's Jaws, the very first summer blockbuster ever, all thanks to Miss Verna Fields and her great idea. She ended up taking home the Oscar that year for editing. Off to the right-hand side is our beautiful chicken ranch from movies like The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, starring Dolly Parton and shout star John Travolta. And it marks the entrance to our little residential section here on the lot. We got a whole neighborhood full of traditional style homes that could be from anywhere USA, and they get a lot of action. In fact, I'm going to take you down one of our most talked about streets in all of Hollywood history. Welcome, my friends, to Colonial Street, but you guys might know it better as Wisteria Lane from ABC's Desperate Housewives. But it's been around for a long time. I'm going to show you around, starting on the left-hand side, and let me explain. See this purple house here? This is 1313 Mockingbird Lane from the Munsters back in the 1960s. They lived right next door to the Hardy Boys in this yellow house back in the 1970s. Right next door is the gray house that belonged to Susan Delfino on the show Desperate Housewives, but it's where it's also where Ronald Reagan lived in Bedtime for Bonzo. I'm tripping over my words. So you see a lot of different classic TV shows and movies have filmed here on this street as well. Most recently, it's been used for episodes of Mindy Kaling's Never Have I Ever, They were out here just a week ago. They've also been filming here for Bel Air and Kenan Thompson's show Kenan. Basically all the TV shows we have filming on the lot these days, they've also used this street. It's a very popular location. Looks a little different than it did in Desperate Housewives. Not a lot of wisteria on the vine out here. All that stuff was added. It was all fake. It doesn't really bloom here on the West Coast. Off to the right hand, or the left hand side, excuse me, the gray house belonged to Mrs. McCluskey, and then right next door, the tan house here, it's been in all of those Ace Hardware commercials over the years. Have you seen any of those? They keep coming back and using that same house for some reason. Right next door, the blue house is Brie Vandekam's house on Desperate Housewives, and she lived right next door to another perfect mother, because this greenhouse here, it's the Leave It to Beaver house from the movie version of the the TV movie version of the show from the 90s. And if you love the 90s, you'll love the Buffy the Vampire Slayer filmed her Emmy Award-winning episode Hush right here on this street. Casper the Friendly Ghost lived here at one point. Tom Hanks and the Burbs lived here. The list goes on and on. But let me show you guys what the street actually looked like when they were filming Desperate Housewives out here. Here it is, Wisteria Lane.
If there is one thing everyone in suburbia can appreciate, it's a good neighbor.
So we use these sets over and over and over again. Our audiences rarely notice we're standing in front of the same exact houses, and that's because we change these sets every time, make them look a little different. We add what's called set decoration, which I may have mentioned when we were driving by the Rutherford Falls set as well. So everything that decorates a set distinguishes it from everything that's nailed down. That's the set decoration. So that means in Desperate Housewives, they added all those picket fences, mailboxes, street lamps, patio furniture. All that stuff was added right before they started filming to bring the street to life, to make it specific for the housewives. For that show, they even painted the houses colors that they thought reflected the personalities of each of the women that lived in each of the houses, as an added way of telling the story subconsciously to the audience. Because, you know, our set pieces, our props, they start talking to the audience long before our actors get a chance to speak. So it's important that they all say the right thing. You know what else can help us tell story? Picture cars. And if you like Fast and Furious, you may want to take out your camera, because there might be a couple cars you recognize out here. A picture car can help us out a lot, tell a lot of information to our audience. Imagine opening a movie on a busy city street with a London double-decker out on the street. Where are you going to think we are? London, right? That's a pretty big piece of information, the setting of the film, that we got across with just one well-placed picture car. It can be a very powerful tool. Now, go ahead and get your pictures. We want to get out of here. We don't want to linger long next to this. This is overflow parking for a really creepy motel next door. If you got a room here at this motel, you'd be a total psycho, in my opinion. Welcome to the Bates Motel from Psycho 2. And up the hill, one of the oldest sets left standing in all of Hollywood, the original Psycho house. I don't know if you can tell from the bottom of the hill, but that house is actually built smaller than a real house. It's built in 3/4 scale, reduced size. They did that on purpose. They wanted to make it small so that from the bottom of the hill, it looks like that house is even further in the distance, and we all know things that are further in the distance are even more terrifying. So don't you worry. We're going to get you an up-close and personal look here at this house, and you can meet the lady of the home, Mother. She's always here. She's up in the upper left-hand window, just hanging out, waiting for visitors, and you gotta say hi because, oh, she already has a visitor, folks. I'm sorry. This is Norman, Mother's son, and he's a little antisocial, and he's got a thing for knives. I'm so sorry, everybody. Stay back, Norman. Okay, we're just passing through. Don't get any closer. No. Not the fourth car. They're the best laughers. No. Oh, that was close. Thanks, Titus. You got us out of there just in time. That could have been a real disaster. Kind of like this real disaster. Welcome to War of the Worlds. This is the scene from War of the Worlds where Tom Cruise and Dakota Fanning hide out from an alien invasion. That, my friends, is a real 747 Boeing airplane bought and destroyed for this very scene. It's an old plane. They bought it from an airline graveyard after it retired from flying. And if you're curious to know approximately how old it is, look at the armrests. They have ashtrays.
The airplane crash site set is a perfect example of a set that is all designed around the vision of Steve.
You just to sit down and talk about the idea. I thought, what if the 747 is open right in the big neighborhood? Because it's just something you don't see.
I don't think he heard you, Tom. Let's say it together. Good. There we go. All right, everybody. We got 10 minutes left in our tour. 10 minutes left. Just a final reminder to stay seated. Keep sorry, folks. Hold on. Titus, are we being rerouted right now? Oh, interesting. I'm sorry, folks. It looks like security is pulling us off of the route for a moment. Now, occasionally this happens if there's some kind of security issue they need to clear up. Usually they fix it really fast, get us back on the road, so no worries. Okay, just stay seated, hold on to your things for me. Typically when this happens, there is somebody that kind of meets us in here to explain what's going on. You guys don't see anybody hanging about, do you? Hello? Anyone in here? Oh.
My name is Roman Pierce.
Here he is. Hey, Roman.
Nice to meet you.
You too. What's going on?
Buddy Hobbs asked us to stash you from Shaw for a while. So we brought you in our secret spot. We're having a few friends over. It's a little messy. It's all good. The more the merrier. Especially you right there in that third row. You know what I'm saying? So look, see over there? It's Hobbs' urban assault vehicle. Best truck the U.S. government can buy. That work of art back over there was made by my man Tej. Think of it as like a Mona Lisa on wheels.
So did you break it down to them?
What's that?
You had one job to do, only one. Alright, look guys, we're gonna keep Shaw from finding you, but to keep you safe, we need your help. We don't want this thing to get tracking us here. So put away your cameras and turn off your cell phones. One flash or one ringtone could give us away.
I need y'all to take this real serious.
Okay, pull into the next bay and we'll meet you in there.
All right. Wow, this seems pretty serious. Don't worry though, we're gonna keep you safe, okay? Our number one priority here at Universal Studios is selling Harry Potter wands, but our second priority is your safety, and we mean that, okay? That's from the heart. So we're gonna keep you safe at all costs, and that means taking you out of the line of fire somewhere safe, into deep hiding, okay? We're gonna have to put you guys in the witness protection program for the next, I don't know, a few hours, maybe days, weeks, months. I don't know how long this would take, but from here on out, you have all new identities. You're all now 20-something club goers, and just for ease, you're all named Brittany. So welcome to your new life, Brittany. You fit in.
Work for you. Oh, really? Well, tell me, Roman, who do you work for?
We don't work for nobody. Cop, I suggest you clear out of here, otherwise we can't guarantee your safety.
Guarantee my safety? I'm the one holding the gun.
Yeah, but mine's a whole lot bigger than yours. Hobbs, escort this novice out.
Let's go, Cookie Puss.
You got an ugly suit on, man. It's cheap.
Somebody out there really pissed off Shaw. It's gonna get ugly fast.
Yeah, don't worry. Lucky for you, our whole family will protect you.
Are you kidding me, Roman? You didn't shut off your phone, bro?
I gotta call you back. I'm in the middle of
See what I'm talking about?
call you back. It was on vibrate.
Shaw traced us. Hobbs can't hold him forever. Letty, Roman, we're up.
Hey, what about us?
Driver, move that vehicle.
Okay, where?
It's about to get real interesting.
Wait, where should we move? Excuse me, where should we move it?
My Mona Lisa's all warmed up right next door.
Okay.
Roman, grab your truck. I need you and Letty ready to roll.
So I'll just make a judgment call and take you to the safest place I know of nearby, which is this abandoned parking garage, because I don't know many places nearby, honestly. Go ahead and put on your 3D glasses. Put those on. See, in case of emergencies, your 3D glasses, they actually double as safety goggles. And we at Universal will definitely keep your eyes safe.
The bigger the family, the stronger it is. You guys get good out there. And you're welcome to join our crew anytime.
And you're welcome to join my tour anytime. But for today, that's it, folks. That was our big grand finale. We're taking you back to the theme park now so you can enjoy the rest of your day here at Universal. Hope you guys had fun with us. Hope you learned a little something new. And I hope you have a newfound appreciation for just exactly what we do here in Hollywood. We're working to bring to life some of your favorite stories. You know, it takes a lot of people to make these movies and TV shows. And as audience members, we often only think of the same few people, right? We think of the actors most often, maybe the directors, maybe the writers, but we never think about all those other names in the credits, all those lighting technicians, set builders, set decorators, editors, visual effects supervisors, costume designers, even drivers like your driver, Titus. Guys, make some noise for Titus! Our drivers are awesome. They actually work for films and TV shows here on the lot driving production vehicles, so they're an active part of the filmmaking process. We're very lucky to have them here supporting our tour as well. I know we can support you guys in the park, and that's our app. If you haven't downloaded it, you may want to do so. It gives you up to the minute show times, wait times, all the park information you may need. Also, if I reminded you of any Universal pictures or TV shows that you're dying to see again, you can find out how to stream all of our content online at uphe.com. That's uphe.com, or as I like to call it, upphe.com. But whatever, that's a taste thing. My name is Alex, A-L-E-X. It's been a pleasure to be your tour guide today. I'd be happy to do it again. Come back and see us soon. And otherwise, enjoy the rest of your day here at Universal Studios Hollywood, the entertainment capital of LA. Like we say in the movie biz, that's a wrap. Mamma mia, that was a fun tour. Bye, guys.